We got two different licks, but we also got two different subdivisions. So the first lick is based on the A octatonic scale, and it's also known as the half whole diminished, meaning that you start with a half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, and then whole step. You also have the other one, which is a whole step, half step instead. But we're not going to do that one today. But it's also known as the octatonic because it has 8 notes to the octave instead of the normal 7 note scales. The two subdivisions is going to be 6 notes per beat, which is the first one that I do. So I have this here, and I removed the drone now from the thing here when I demonstrate it slowly. So basically the pattern goes like this, and you have the tabs available, so I don't really need to go through it in that much detail. And I highly suggest working with some sort of subdivision when you practice these, especially the sevens. The septuplet ones that we're gonna get into is quite tricky. And I practice these at a very slow tempo, but since you can have the subdivision going on here, in this not so shameless plug for my metronome Subdivide, you can do this in Guitar Pro as well if you want. Definitely easier with the metronome, I think, because you can just change the subdivisions however you want, and you can program and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, so I really like working with this type of stuff in the background because it really helps you to solidify your timing. So if you just play through the 6 note per beat one first, and it's basically based on this 6 note pattern, sorry. So I'm gonna do this. And then I just go down the scale. I'm gonna do it in time now instead. So that's the first pattern. And I'm gonna go straight to the next lick here, which is the A minor pentatonic or A blues scale lick, but it's using 3 notes per string. But the good thing about the blues scale is that you have 6 notes, so it works really well with this 3 note per string arrangement of notes. And the pattern is going to be the same, still going to be that, but now we're going to apply it to this shape. Right, so we do that in time again. And a good way to practice these is actually to do more than 1 rep on each string. So if we take this pentatonic one again, maybe I do 2 reps on each string. So that's a good approach, and then when you get used to it, you can just go through it as is. So if we do the same now with the 7 notes per beat, so we have septuplets here. I'm actually going to lower the tempo a little bit here as well, so we can really get into those 7s. Good way to practice counting 7s, and counting will help you get into these, a bit trickier subdivisions easier, is to use either Mike Mangini's system, which would basically be if I do it in time here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So basically you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, but you don't add the end of 4, and then you get 7 notes. And it's easy to say that over and over again, I think, than go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Or you can just remove the last syllable of 7. Another great way is to use the conical system, which is an Indian rhythmic system. So you can basically go, you go taka, di, mi, takita. So that's taka, di, mi, takita, but obviously in time. taka dimi takita, taka dimi takita, taka dimi takita, taka dimi takita. And that can help you feel these sevens easier. But if you go slow enough and use the subdivision here, whether you do it in Guitar Pro or somewhere else, or use the actual metronome, you'll get it much faster. Now, when we do the sevens, you're gonna go down in a different patterns. We're gonna have this pattern. Right, so it's the same kind of idea as the sixes, but we have sevens instead. So if we do that in time then. And the same idea applies here. You can repeat each string twice if you want. And so on. All right, so let's do the same thing to the blue scale version here. So we go. So that's basically it, and you know, you can apply these type of sequences to any scale. So that would be just a normal A minor scale. So they're very usable and quite easy to play, believe it or not, especially if you practice them slowly at first, because it's all about getting the timing right. And once you get the timing right, it's actually easy to play them faster. Because it's, you know, you can get away with a little bit more timing discrepancies as you go really fast with these. But if you really work on the timing at a slow tempo, you're gonna find that it's, you know, you can just let it rip after a while, because you don't have to focus on any type of synchronization as you would with picking. So these are really good for, you know, getting a good flow in your playing. And also, since they're built in a way that every time you change strings, it's a new beat, so they're quite easy to get the timing right. So you can sort of check in that you know where the downbeat should be. So give that a try. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Otherwise, see you in the next one.